Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. There is some tech advancements coming that may impact what you choose to buy in your next full frame camera, or for that matter, in your next crop sensor camera. We've got some user feedback here from Jose. So Joe or Julio. Jose Julio Hernandez, Cologne. Hope I'm saying that right. Hello, Matt. Hope to find you in great spirit. Reading a magazine, I came across a very interesting information. I looked in the internet and found something similar, not too deep as in the magazine, but nevertheless it mentions it. Informs about Nokia incorporating a 23 megapixel sensor for the next smartphone. Yikes. You know what that means? It means no more DSLR under 36 megapixels for myself and probably many others. Now he's included the link there thoughtfully. Thank you very much. It's from slashgear.com. And there's a great quote at the end of Julio's sign-off. Julio's a PhD too, so that explains a good quote. When I consider the short duration of my life, swallowed up in the eternity before and after, the little space which I fill and even can see, engulfed in the infinite immensity of space of which I am ignorant and which knows me not, I am frightened and am astonished being here rather than there. Why now rather than then? And that's attributed to Pascal, 1623, 1662. I like that. Makes you pause and think for a minute. But back to Julio's comments about the 23 megapixel sensor. So I looked up the article, and it is talking about Nokia getting back into the high-tech game and making some strides. And the point, as Julio had said, is buried a little bit down here, but it says that for the 2017 roadmap, a 23 megapixel camera is claimed, along with as much as 6 gig of RAM. So this is in a new smartphone. And they also make the point about it having a Carl Zeiss optics present along with the 23 megapixel sensor. Now, apparently they've confirmed that they're no longer working with Zeiss, but when you look at this, I see Julio's point. If smartphones are now going to have 24 megapixels, and of course they're not going to have the same quality of megapixels, they're not going to have the size or the light gathering ability or the ability to isolate a subject with depth of field and all of that. But it is fairly significant that they're going to be, essentially 24 megapixels here. Does this impact your decision of what camera you're going to buy next? If your smartphone's at 24, does that mean, like Julio said, that rules out? If you're going to spend money on a DSLR or any other interchangeable lens camera or a camera besides your phone, are you wanting it to be a higher resolution because you've already got a de facto 24 in the phone? You want to make sure that not only are you getting the ability to change lenses, to go low light, to have better light gathering ability, to have subject isolation from depth of field, and to be able to create bokeh and all those good things that interchangeable lens cameras do over cell phones or fixed lens cameras. Do you also want added to that pile of benefits to make sure that it's a better resolution? Right now we've got the 36 megapixels of the D810 from Nikon, the 42 of the Sony a7R II, and the Canon 5DS and 5DSR. We've got 50. And there's, some updates coming. I think we're going to see a 50 plus in Nikon coming soon. Point is this going to be a factor for you in your next camera purchase? Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with what Julio's saying? Are you one of when Julio said, and probably many others, are you with Julio? Would you be considering your next camera that it has to be more than your cell phone? Because if you're going to spend extra money on it, that's one of the factors that you want it to have, is a greater resolution to differentiate it. Or do you not care? Is the ability to change lenses, the ability to go better in low light, and all the numerous other advantages of a DSLR or an interchangeable lens camera, is that independent of the resolution? Do you not care because you're okay with where things are at? Is 24 still okay in a better sensor, or do you want to have more resolution? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. It's a good question Julio's presented, and thank you very much. And I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about that and how this may impact your future camera buying preferences. Leave your answer below. Let me know which way you tend to fall on this and why. Let's flush it out a bit. And thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.